Hi everyone, it's Andrew here from Trident Training and Consulting with my new video series, #CatDaddyForJustice. You can see I'm wearing my kitty cat DJ shirt today, so there will be more and more cat shirts to come as I go through this. Oh, and here is our first cat. This is Aaron. He will play a role in the video later. So I'm intending to use this series to share thoughts, maybe experiences, learnings, and more related to a variety of topics that I oversee with Trident. So today, something that's been on my mind that I was thinking about yesterday during a training session is why do straight men, and especially straight dominant race white men, opt out of LGBTQ related trainings? So this is something that I do a lot of work in, both in schools and corporates, related to like LGBTQ identity, supporting queer students, supporting trans employees. And one thing I've noticed consistently is that 90% or more of the audience is often cisgender women. And a training that I did recently had about 3 men and about 15 women. And other sessions have had similar numbers. So this is usually in international school settings, which may have more women overall, but still the disparity is quite glaring, and it actually happens a lot almost every session I've done, so it leaves me wondering, where are the straight men, and why do they often opt out of this kind of training? And obviously, we know why. We can interpret that, right? I think for me, what I've noticed is that straight men often feel that their masculinity is being threatened by queer folks. They may be more likely to hold embedded homophobic beliefs or bias against the queer community. And I also noticed that a lot of sort of straight men and folks who are really privileged tend to feel that they already know how to be supportive, quote unquote, which of course is debatable, but there is this internal sense that, oh, I already know how to do this. And I find it's not just limited to LGBTQ issues as well, though I find the contrast a bit more stark there whenever I'm doing that kind of work. In a lot of my trainings and workshops that I do, women far outnumber men in general, whether the topic is racism, privilege, institutionalized bias, restorative justice, consent culture, anything like that, men just don't show up. And especially straight and then like white or dominant race men are really opting out of difficult conversations. And I think it's because folks might be confronted with the knowledge and the realization that they are racist or sexist or heterosexist or ableist, and many men haven't really developed that comfort to be uncomfortable and to be challenged. So it's really frustrating to see because these same men are also sitting in these positions of power that are also often blocking or cutting down the DEIJ initiatives, yet they don't take the time to learn what the issues actually are or understand the experience of someone who's marginalized in their organization, and so don't have that insight, but yet often have ultimate decision-making power, which of course can be very frustrating for the people who are trying to push through initiatives for inclusion and equity. So if you are a man, especially if you're a straight man, especially if you're a straight, dominant race, able-bodied, upper-class man, and you care about these issues, you really need to show up. You need to show up and participate. The other thing that straight white men do is show up and then don't participate. They just listen in the back, sort of with a sour face on the whole time. You need to be willing to make mistakes, to just show up and maybe not be right all the time, and that's okay. We've been keeping, privileged folks, especially men, comfortable for a long time. And it's time, I think, for folks to learn just how to lean into that discomfort and just become more aware of the reality of marginalized folks, especially when you're in a position of power to be able to change something about it within your organization. So in my experience, and this includes me as I am cisgender man, many men have been part of the problem that marginalized groups face, and now it's time to do a better job of stepping up to be part of the solution. However, part of the solution meaning taking a back seat and letting those with the lived experiences actually lead what's going on. So this is the first thing that's on my mind today. I'll be sharing more over the coming weeks and months and years. And thank you, and please feel free to share this with others with the #CatDaddyForJustice. Bye.